Hi there. Welcome to Caddy Tales, the weekly video series. My name is Werner and I will be your host. Our goal with this weekly segment is to be able to answer every question that you have concerning caddy programs, caddy training, or anything having to do with a caddy. I am not going to sit here and bore you with the details of my qualifications. If you'd like to take a look at those, please feel free to look at our video from last week, which is addressing 5.5-hour rounds. I am certain once that you've taken a look at that video, you'll realize that I have the expertise needed to answer every question that you have concerning these three topics. That being said, let's start the segment. Let's get a little fired up. The nectar of the gods. Monster Chaos, a vital part to my pre-shot routine before I go out on the grass. Seriously, that was just as funny as last week. Back to the video. This week's segment, sponsored by Achieve Insights. They have a phenomenal cutting-edge mental training program that will take your golf game to the next level. I suggest you check them out. Their website is ai-sport.com. This week I'm taking a look at one of their programs in Stage 2, which changes the way I warm up according to when I have a competitive round. I think you should take a look at it too. It's a very interesting concept. This week's topic is going to be 3 challenges that you're going to face while double bag carrying. And we give you ways to solve each one of those challenges. First, where to put the bag when you approach your player. Second, when to put the bags down. And third, where do the bags really go when you get to the green? Let's start out with the first one. Let's say your players have just teed off and you have one player down the right side of the fairway and one player down the left-hand side of the fairway. The player here on the right is the furthest away, so you're going to go to them first. As you're walking up to their golf ball, calculating the yardage, you're going to assess where is your other player, and this is going to determine where you place the bag. If your next player is to the right, you're going to drop the bag to the right. If your next player is to the left, as they are in this example, you're going to drop the bag to the left of the player. You're going to put the bag down 1 yard outside, 1 yard behind the golf ball. What does this enable you to do? Well, you put the bag down, the player's going to come up, they're going to talk to you about the yardage, the wind, the uphill, the downhill. Then they're going to go ahead and select a club. As soon as they select a club, you shoulder the bag and you start walking to your next player. All the while you're walking, yeah, this is me. All the while you're walking, you keep your head on a swivel so that you can become quiet, still, and watch when your player addresses the golf ball. What does this help you accomplish? You're able to get all the way over to your next player before that first player has even hit the golf ball, becoming a much more efficient caddy. Now, when you get to the player, let's talk about the bags. I see this happen way too many times. The caddies get to their player and they drop both bags. I hate this! I hate it! But I'm a professional and I'm going to tell you how to solve it. When you get to your player, the only bag you should be taking off of your shoulder is theirs. Leave the other one on your shoulder. It's resting comfortably on there. There's no need to take both of them off. By doing so, you're going to save yourself about 50 or 60 times of picking up the extra bag, saving a lot of wear and tear on your shoulder. Sure, if you're 3 or 4 minutes ahead because you're caddying for Gordon Gekko and he's talking about a leveraged buyout behind you with his partner that's going to make him $1 trillion, yeah, take both bags off and enjoy a little bit of a rest. Or if you just feel like picking them both up all day long because you want to work on the guns, feel free to do so. Now, when you come up to the green, let's talk about where the bags go when you get up on the green. I see this happen way too often. Caddies think that the bags go at the exit part of the green. They do not go at the exit part of the green. And let me tell you why. Let's take an example. We're caddying for players on Spyglass Hill, number 6, par 4, walk way up the hill there. And let me tell you a little bit about that hole. I've played it 151 times. I've parred it once. I hate that hole. I hate it. Every time I get there, I got demons in my kitchen and I bogey the hole. You know, I'm going to talk to Dr. Bobby. Maybe he can give you some kind of mental training program that can eliminate these demons when I get out there next month. Anyway, back to the video. So you're caddying on number 6 at Spyglass. The next hole is a par 5. It's up and to your left. So a lot of the caddies are going to try to get the bags up there because it's going to benefit them. Well, that's the mistake. As soon as your round becomes about you and not about your player, you've lost some customer service. You get the bags up there to the left, what's happened in the meantime? Your players already walked onto the green, fixed their own pitch mark, cleaned their golf ball, and probably read their own putt. What I think is a better scenario is as soon as you get up to the green, wherever you are, drop the bags right away and begin working with your players. That way, you can fix their pitch mark, you can clean their golf ball, and have a read ready for them in case they ask. I feel this is a lot better experience for the client or the member. So, let's recap. Number 1, you're going to put the bag down according to where your next player is. Number 2, when you get up to your player, you're only going to drop their bag down. And number 3, when you get up to the green, you're going to drop the bags immediately wherever you are so you can begin working with your member or your guest. This is going to make you a lot more efficient caddy. It's going to save wear and tear on your shoulder, and it's going to enhance the client experience for the member or the guest. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, send us an email. Our email address is caddytales@gmail.com. We will be happy to share our best practices with you. Now, if you saw our video from last week, you know it's coming. You know I'm going to pitch you something, so just hold on just a second. For those of you that didn't watch last week's video and you're new to our segment, this is your first time, it's going to be a week before we produce another video. So, do we have some things that we think you should be doing in that week's time? Oh, absolutely. You should pick up a copy of the book, The Caddy Tales. It's available on Amazon.com and also available on the Kindle. We'd like to thank the 1,579 people last week that downloaded a copy of Caddy Tales onto their Kindle. What a phenomenal week you made it for everybody here at Caddy Tales. Thank you so much. 33 million people play golf in the U.S. every year, and 99% of them don't take a caddy, and they don't even know what the caddy experience is like. Caddy Tales is a unique, one-of-a-kind look at the hysterical stories that develop when players from all walks of life take a caddy. So pick up a copy. I think you'll find it very enjoyable. Until then, remember, when you're caddying, it's always about your player. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time.